You, as the agency, need to vet and qualify your clients just as much as they are vetting and qualifying you. The agencies that grow the best, the agencies that are the happiest, that retain clients the most, and that charge the most are the ones who are willing to say no to people who are not the right fit. Hey, what's up, y'all? John Doherty here. So, I recently posted a video about retainers and why retainers are so hard to sell and what I recommend doing differently, which is selling an upfront project so that you can get paid and you discover exactly what they need and then you can pitch them exactly that. Usually, like 80% of people that you do an initial project for are going to sign on for the implementation of the strategy that you have created for them. It's always easiest to make more money from someone who's already paid you money than to get the first dollar from someone. But I was talking with my marketing and sales assistant today, and he asked me an interesting question, which I thought was reasonable to cover here. He was asking me if we've ever done that at my agency, Editor Ninja, if we've ever sold upfront kind of pilots or test projects ahead of time. I was like, yeah, and actually it worked really well, which is also why I'm telling you to do that. I don't tell you to do anything that I haven't also done myself. He asked if there are any other reasons why we would sell upfront projects. I said, actually, the biggest reason to sell an upfront project, other than the fact that it's way easier to sell than a retainer, is that you're also getting to try out the client. Hey, what's up? If you're new here, I help agency owners grow. So if you're around 200, 250, $300,000, you want to go to a million and you don't know how to get there, subscribe below to the YouTube channel and get in touch with me over on Instagram, instagram.com/DohertyJF, and send me a DM. I'd love to send you some more information about how I help agencies grow. So pop on over there after you hit the subscribe button below. Back to the video. Now, we've had a few pilots that we've done for clients in the past where they didn't sign on for a continuity, or I chose to not pitch them on a continuity, not because they didn't need the help, but because they were not a good culture fit for us. Culture is a word that's tossed around a lot in agencies and in business, and a lot of people don't know what the heck it means. A lot of times I don't even know what the heck it means, but basically it means working with people that you enjoy working with and doing work for people who appreciate it, who can afford, who aren't going to ride your butt about every little thing, and who ultimately you get the results for and they're super grateful for it. But sometimes you come across people who are not necessarily qualified in that regard. You're talking with them and you're like, it's a B2B SaaS company and they're looking for content, but I don't really like them that much, right? Like you don't enjoy the conversation or the way that they're thinking about things just isn't quite right. They're asking you all these questions. They're super skeptical. And while we can sell someone like that, the question is if we should. So a great way to deal with these leads is to pitch them on an upfront pilot project because they might just be having a bad day. If you pitch them a strategy or an audit or something like that, then you're going to see, are they actually going to be willing to pay? Are they just going to try to nickel and dime and negotiate hard and that kind of thing? And some people love that. I personally don't. And so I'm like, okay, this is the price. This is the value that you're going to get. And if you see the value, great, let's work together. If not, let's just part ways as friends. But this also lets you know, are they going to value what you say? Are their expectations reasonable? Are they willing to put some money down to learn what they don't know? And at the end of the day, you can decide whether to pitch them or not. Someone who's super skeptical and, isn't quite sure, they're not going to sign on to a retainer anyways. But if you do end up signing someone like that, and I've seen this happen all the time with agencies. With my last agency, I generated hundreds of millions of dollars in leads and over $50 million in business for agencies. And it was really tough for agencies to turn clients away, right? When someone wants to pay you money, it can be really hard to say no. But if you want to be the best and you want to deliver great results for your clients and you want to really be oversubscribed, and that's ultimately the goal, is getting enough leads coming in that you've got too many people wanting to work with you. So you get to raise your rates, you get to work with better clients, you can hire and scale if you want to, or you can just make more money by raising your rates and working with better clients. That's also a great outcome. But if you want to be that, you shouldn't just take every client that's willing to pay you money. The agencies that grow the best, the agencies that are the happiest, that retain clients the most, and that charge the most are the ones who are willing to say no to people who are not the right fit. And a pilot project is a great way to suss that out from the start so you don't end up working with someone that's just going to churn in 3 months. They're not going to be happy. They might ask for a refund. Your team's going to hate it. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to your team. Sell a pilot project up front so that you can get some money in the door. You can pitch them the right project, but also if they're not the right type of client, you don't have to pitch them and they've still gotten a ton of value and you've gotten paid for it. All right, y'all. Hope that helps. I'll see you later.